Hello everybody, welcome to previous results carry 1954 Swiss Grand Prix. The championship finally poised with Gonzalez in 28, Hawthorn 24, Trintignant 20, Farina and Ascari on 19 and Behra on 16. Let's see how they get away here. We've got the Gordini of Behra on the outside there as the two Ferraris try also to get away well off the front row. I think Behra has pulled into the lead there. That's fantastic. Jeanbehra gets off the line perfectly. Gonzalez and Hawthorn, I think they are, or is it Trintignant? But they are pushing to try to get through. And there's someone up in the air in the background. That's the Mercedes. And, well, here we go. Ascari. Look at Ascari coming through. We know that Lancia is always quick, certainly at the start of races. And even though the Ferraris are generally quicker, that Lancia is able to make up a lot of ground early on and try to catch Ferraris out. That's Bayol off in the Simcagordini and Farina into 8th place. I think Farina, started right down at the back, right down in 18th or 19th. Farina has come through well already, and there is Ascari losing it, and Ascari up and over indeed. That's a massive impact, and he definitely won't be continuing. So this season is starting to come unravelled for Alberto Ascari after a fantastic early part of the season. Farina already up in the 6th. That's Gonzalez, the championship leader. He is out. So josefroliangonzalez out of the race. Hawthorn up in the 4th place. Trintignant is 3rd. No, sorry, that's 2nd and 3rd actually for those two. With the game has briefly mispositioned them. So Trintignant is in 2nd and Hawthorn is 3rd. Behra leading the Grand Prix. Those two Ferraris of Trintignant and Hawthorn. What an opportunity to catch their championship leading teammate Gonzalez, with him now being out of the Grand Prix. Fantastic opportunity for one of these two to come right into the championship battle. And there's Farina. I think it's saying he's in 6th, but I think he's 4th. I've got to work it out when everything settles down. Marimon there in Villaresi, and coming on. That's all. You see that? Mantovani in the Maserati going and hitting the hay bale and losing the wheel. And that is another issue. Oh no, that is the replay. Sorry, that's Gonzalez. That is how Gonzalez went out of the Grand Prix. He lost it on a bump and then he hit the tyre and that the hay, and that was it. And Hawthorn has spun off as well. Hawthorn is now off, and well, nobody seems to want to take advantage of the opportunity to do better in the championship in this race. They're all just throwing it off the road, and they seem very keen to do so. And an absolutely chaotic early stage to the Swiss Grand Prix as Mike Hawthorn rejoins. I think he's going to be 5th or 6th, but he's going to be passed by that 2nd simcagordini of, I believe that's Andre Pilet. So a lot of work for him to do, and Hawthorn trying to find his way back through straight away, but it's not going to be that easy, I don't think, although he has got to run, Mike Hawthorn, and that Ferrari is quick, so he will try to get through, but he hasn't. Like we said, it wouldn't be that easy. And Hawthorn now, thanks to his mistake, he's got a lot of work to do to get himself back in a position where he can really try to take advantage of Gonzalez being out of this race. At the moment, he's not going to score many, if any, points. I think that the positions are settled down, and we see Hawthorn is in 6th, with Pilet in 5th, Maglioli is in 4th, and Farina, remarkably, coming up from near the back of the grid, is now in 3rd place. So Farina moves up well. Trintignant is on the tail of Jeanbehra. So Trintignant furiously hunting this lead in that Ferrari. The one championship or close championship challenger still standing, and he is going to be very keen to have a look. Farina in 3rd. He'll be grateful for having had this race. And that's Manzon in 6th, going slowly. But Hawthorn is out. So Hawthorn has had another moment, and out of the race Mike Hawthorn goes. So, and that's Trintignant. He's spun off, and that leaves Behra basically with no opposition in this race now. So Jeanbehra doing well. Trintignant spins off and drops back into 4th behind umbertomaglioli. So Behra leads the race. Farina is 2nd. Is it written in the stars for Farina to come through and win the race from a loaded grid position, or is Behra going to do it, having been virtually perfect all race long so far? Let's see, where did Farina start on the grid? He was 18th, so that's where Farina started, 18th on the grid, and he'll be very, very keen now to try to get that win, but he won't want to make the mistakes that his other teammates have done either. Here's the replay, I think, from the first lap of Ascari. Yeah, that shows you what a big impact it was, up in the air, and you can see it for miles behind the cars that the camera was actually watching there. So yeah, it's been a great race, and certainly I think if the results stay as they are, this is going to blow the championship wide open. And that's the replay of Mike Hawthorn going off again. So, yeah, he's opportunity knocked for Hawthorn today. He hasn't taken it. He was closest to Gonzalez. Transignon hasn't been able to fully take it. But Farina and Behra are definitely going to close it up, that's for sure. Jeanbehra still leading at the moment. That's assuming, of course, that things don't fall apart for them, that they stay in the positions they are in. I think both of them would be quite happy with this race. Maglioli in third. Transignon starting to close that gap down again. He doesn't want to try to get back onto the podium, and that would at least put him level on points with Mike Hawthorn in second place then. Although I don't think it would be second, because if Farina finishes second in this race, he would actually move up into second in the championship. But at the moment, that is indeed how they stand. Behra, Farina, Maglioli, Transignon and Pilette in fifth in the simcagordini. This is another replay. This is Transignon going off, having been right in the hunt for the victory, and yeah, certainly not his first moment this year, and well, he'll hope it'll be his last. There's only a couple of races to go, but you never know, dear. That is Maglioli making his way through onto the podium at the moment, Umberto Maglioli, and yeah, Transignon will try to get it back from his teammate, and we'll see if that happens. We are on the final lap. Behra is leading. Farina, Maglioli, Transignon, Pilette and Manzon. That is the top six, top five score points in 1954. Of course, no point for fastest lap because I've got no way of calculating that. So, yeah, we'll see. It's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. That is the points, and unlike in real life when they didn't run the Constructors' Championship till 1958, I am running the Constructors' Championship, and as things stand, as they have for most of the time at the moment, Ferrari are simply wiping the floor, beyond wiping the floor with it. So, still watching Transignon trying to get past Maglioli, and at the moment, it's not looking like it's going to happen. He's not got enough of a pace advantage over his teammate, junior teammate Maglioli, to get through, and that may well mean that Transignon is confined to fourth place. It would give him 23 points, which wouldn't be, you know, it'll be a point behind Hawthorn. It would be fourth place, but only 5 points off of Gonzalez's championship lead. So not bad for Transignon if that is the case, but could have been so much better, of course. If he'd have won this race, if he'd have got past Behra and won, he would have been level on points with Gonzalez. Behra continues to lead as they get towards the end of the race. Maglioli with Transignon now losing it. Transignon trying to catch up and get through, has gone off. He has affected himself, and Andre Pilette is going to go through. So Maurice Transignon rejoins in fifth place, and that's another point lost for him. He's going to still pick up a couple as long as nothing else happens, but it's not great. But Jeanbehra is going to come through to pick up the win for simcagordini. A fantastic performance. Giuseppe Farina in second. Fantastic from him as well. And then Umberto Maglioli. He is going to get himself a podium, and he'll be very happy with that. I think he's already had one this year. He's got 4 points, so I can't remember the results from earlier in the season. It's been so long ago. I'm going to assume he's had a third place. I'd have to look. It's either a third or 2 fifths. And Maglioli does cross the line to finish third, and then Pilette is fourth for simcagordini. Is Maurice Transignon going to be able to finish in fifth? He can, so he'll close it down slightly so we can look at the result then. So it is Behra, Farina, Maglioli, Pilette and Transignon, the top 5 here. The Drivers' Championship, Gonzalez 28, Farina 25, Hawthorn 24, Behra 24, Transignon 22. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care.